Hello and welcome to Coxy's Picks, and today we've got something slightly different. This is an alarm padlock with an incredibly large shackle, and it's black. It's kind of cool. It uses a smiley lock. It's considered high security, but we all know that's just a dimple lock in disguise. But one of the things that is kind of cool is it sort of looks a little bit like this. This is a Chubb, sometimes lovingly referred to as an escort, but it is the 1K50. These are expensive. This is not. Wouldn't it be cool if we could turn this into sort of one of these? That got me thinking. I wonder, will it even fit my wrist? So let's try. Watch off. Shackle on. So far, so good. Might beep. But yeah, that works. Let's turn this into a cuff. So, with it open, we can see that we've got 2 screws down there. We're also going to need a second. We're not going to need the instructions. Let's get these 2 screws out and see what we're dealing with. Set the alarm off. That'll be handy. If the alarm does sound, I will mute the audio on this video, don't worry. There's one screw. And the reason you can take these screws out is because according to the instructions, it's so you can change the batteries. Let's just get that nodule out of the way. There we go. Which we're going to utilise in our favour. So out it comes, there we go. Right, and as you can see, there's all the electronics. One speaker, some gumph, some batteries, some don't needs. Right, all this in the discard pile, got the bit that we need. Let's do the same on the other one. Right, so now we've got 2 bodies, 2 shackles. Now what would be really cool is that they are keyed alike. But I don't think we're this lucky on this one. Nope. We're not that lucky this time. So, not a problem. We can put that down as a future improvement. But what we do need is we need to find a replacement bolt. So, I would suggest we use M5 bolts. And lovingly, I've gone for twice the size of the screw. It's my best blue Peter. So, it's an M5 by 20 millimeters. Alright, so 2 nuts and 2 bolts and a couple of other tools. So this is where the balancing act comes in, because we're going to try and get both of them to face like this. Alright, so we can get the bolt in all the way through the hole, just like that. That's halfway there. And then we need to juggle the really awkward bit. The nut down, get it the correct orientation, and then hopefully with a bit of fiddling we'll be able to get this attached. As you can see, this is not going to be easy. Oh, that feels better. There we go. So that's that half nipped. Now we need to do exactly the same. Now, got one going this way, so I'm going to put it this way just so it's a little bit different. But we're not exerting tension across the same way. So let's line this back up. Drop that one in. Drop that on. So far, so good. All right. Okay, so tightening up. You get that body to line up a little bit better. Just ease up and tie in. There we go. So far, so good. Future improvements, probably a 3D printed bezel. That'd probably work quite nicely. Let's get the shackles in and see if they're actually going to fit. Now that we've got the electronics out, it doesn't matter which way. We just need to make sure that it's open. Ooh. There we go, that's one. And that's two. There we are, we've got a set of cuffs. So far, so good. Right, future improvements. Need to do a 3D printed bezel, and I want this to be multi-position. So, how can we do that? Use the right key. Oh, and key to like as well. That'll be an interesting buzz. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. No way that's belted off. Try the other one. And that one opens. So yeah. Right, anyway, future improvement is possibly add another notch, either below and above. So we've got 3 positions because the chub has 3 positions. Let's just try this one again. I can feel it binding in. I think it's the shackle itself that's not causing me some fun. Right, I'm going to play around with this, so I'm just going to hit pause and I'll get the shackle off. Okay, as with anything Chinese, you're going to get an element of jank, and as you can see, the bar on this is rotating a little bit too far. But if I put the bow back in, like so, it doesn't want to close. So we've got an issue that might need to be addressed. There, it's in, and then we're stuck again. So I need to address that. The way I got it last time was a quick tap-tap-a-roo, and then it opened. So I need to figure out why that's jamming. So I'm going to have a quick play, and I'll get back. Right, well, I didn't expect that. The tolerances on this are so awful that one shackle needs to be in one side for it to work. There's that one. And then this one, you need to flip it around, and then it will go in. It says ever so confidently, just like that. It's kind of weird, but you know, it now opens and releases, and it now opens and it releases. So it's kind of weird, kind of janky, kind of cool. However, as you can see, we have made a cuff. Now let's just get rid of this do not ditch sticker. Just like this. Oop. And then we flip it over. Just like this. Right, get rid of those, add that to the discard pile. I think I just need to adjust this, make that groove a little bit better. I wonder if it's actually bottoming out on the nut on the side. That could be what it is. Maybe I just need to take a little bit off this. I'll go find a file. Yeah, it's exactly that. So my nut has just been impeding this just a fraction, which causes this to be pushed up and forced against the lock. So if you take a little bit off the edge, which is why when I'm banging it, it's hitting against the nut and actually clearing this. So all we need to do is just take a small fraction off that. Voila. You have a working cuff. So there we are. That is janky jubs made from really cheap alarms. Happy days. Bound to try and escape these at some point, aren't I?